Hey Sarah, if you're watching this, that means my HOH went exactly how I wanted it to. It's nothing personal, but you've been a target of mine only because you targeted me and Lane right off the bat. So in this game, you gotta shoot before you get shot. Hope we can still be friends in the real world.
Well, that sucks. Sorry to see you go. We tried our best. I tried my best. Boy, that's a bummer. Well, I'm going to have to take your brother down on my own. I don't know how many people I actually have with me. Give me strength.
As I told Josh when I voted, this was a super hard vote. I am sorry to see you go, but I felt that if I were to vote for Tyler and try to spare you, that you would lose anyway, and then I would be perceived on your side and be taken out next.
Wow, what a game that was. Push your luck. Round 1, I picked box 37, and it has 50 points in it. And I was like, whoa, I just won. And then I was like, whoa, did I want to win? Should I pick a new box? What's going on? I try and think things through, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to be HOH. So, should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? And I decided, you know what? Let's stick with it. Then, Josh is like, hold all the phones because you got 50 points. You didn't win. There's a tie. And then I was like, oh no. So I was like, okay, well, now that I've had all this extra time to think, maybe I just should, throw the game now because I thought about doing it before. So then I was like, okay, throw the game. First pick, 42 points. What? How did that happen? But I managed to somehow lower my score and end up with 35, which was just barely enough to squeak underneath Tyler's score of 38. Why was I trying to throw the game? Thanks for asking. The reason I would wanted to throw the game is because being HOH is just, it's too dangerous. Yeah, you have a lot of power, but it really kind of paints you in a bad light. And I just didn't feel like that's something I wanted right now. There's still so many people in the house that there's still kind of ways you can kind of try and get things accomplished without really having to be HOH. So I figured that would be a safer option.
So I'm in kind of a weird position right now. Somewhere in the middle. People aren't necessarily threatened by me a whole lot. Nobody seems to want to go for me to be on their team a whole lot. I know Daniel was the one who voted for me last week. So I think I'm going to mix things up. I'm going to take all these messages people give me. I'm going to throw it all out the window. I'm going to nominate 2 people who nobody's told me to nominate. 2 people who maybe feel safe. And in my nomination video, I'm going to tell everybody that they were almost unanimously who everyone wanted me to vote for.
I scored 43 points in the Press Your Luck competition, so I felt really good about that. And then somehow 3 people scored higher than I did. Luckily, Tyler, I don't think I've done anything to make him mad. And he just told me last night when I talked to him when he was on the block that he saw me as neutral in terms of being a threat because he doesn't know me and that I wasn't even on his list of people to target. So I hope that's the truth. The only bad thing is Ashton just put him up, and so it'd be very easy for him to just put her up in return, not get any blood on his hands. But I did message him and I threw out Daniel's name and said that I'd heard he was the one who voted against him. So hopefully he'll keep that in mind. I also threw out Drew's name, said that I'd heard some gameplay strategies of his floating around as rumors that I didn't like, and I just left it at that. I haven't heard a response back, but he has read it. So I have no idea what to expect tomorrow, but I just hope that no members of my alliance are on the block.
So, out of all the people I wouldn't want to win HOH this week, Tyler is definitely one of those people. I literally just put him on the block. And he has no alliances that I know of. So his smart, simple move would be to put me right back up to return the favor. So, rip.
So I had a general idea on who I might want to nominate, but most of your messages pointed me towards two people. So this week I decided to put on the chopping block Ashton and Bradley. Sorry.
Hello, Josh. Excuse me for a second while I scream. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Every single one of them are gonna be against me, and I've done nothing. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay. It's okay. Everything's okay. We're all okay. I'm just gonna win a veto. Bye-bye.
Well, saw that one coming, but I didn't think everybody in the house was gunning for me. I mean, it makes sense because I am better than everyone. So, just means I have to win, Lane has to win, or Allie has to win. Freaking Tyler, just go back to Texas or wherever you're from. Nobody likes you.
Ashton's on the block, Bradley's on the block. What's going on? Tyler, where are you coming from? I mean, I see the Ashton thing. I guess I kind of see the Bradley thing, but you're like, everyone's pointing in you in these directions. And I'm like, I said neither of their names, so I don't know where you get that from. But okay, maybe everybody else is somewhere else. And then Lane gets pulled into the veto because of course he does. That was so annoying. I was like, literally, it can be almost anyone at this point.
I am shook at these nominations.
So, Bradley and Ashton are up on the chopping block. This is kind of weird, but also kind of good. Bradley has definitely been on my radar for a while now, and if I can win this veto, pull Ashton, and keep me and Ashton safe, we can rally the votes to get out Bradley.
Just submitted my survey, and I'm nervous as can be. That took me way longer to think through than I thought it would, but I feel pretty good about it. Oh, here's to hoping everybody else sucks.
Drew wins? Really? Out of anyone who I didn't want to win, Drew was that person. I have repeatedly lost these competitions. I've come in second most of the time. I got blown out today by Drew. Ashton and Bradley's on the block. I really want Bradley to go home. I really hope they just keep noms the same at this point so I don't get backdoored. But honestly, that might be what happens because Chris has been throwing my name around.
All right. Quick thoughts on my way to work about this week's nominations, veto, eviction. I guess I did horrible if it was such a blowout. I thought for sure that I thought I did pretty good. I guess I didn't. As it pertains to what I know now, it sounds a whole lot like Drew is going to keep me on the block and pull Ashton off because Drew is only good at doing one thing, and that's living up to his name. Big idiot. Sorry, that's loud. So Drew being a big idiot, he's going to pull Ashton off, leaving a chance of a couple not going home, but I'll still stay. I am almost certain I have the numbers to still stay in the game. So essentially, Drew will have just been a big idiot, and the couples will stay, and I'll stay. Just to submit another video, just to reiterate what I may or may not have said a minute ago. Drew, you're a big idiot. You are a big idiot if you do what you keep saying you're going to do. Big idiot. If he pulls Ashton off the block, and then Tyler decides not to put Lane on the block, then the couple stay in the game. That's not horrible for me because they'll vote with me and they'll work with me as long as I need to and as long as they need to. But
I'm at 210-4, shake there.
Literally, it's the stupidest thing he could do for himself because they're not going to help him. They're not going to stay with him. He'd have a better chance of me working with him than them. I promise that.
This was not a hard decision. I choose to use the power of veto on Ashton.
Hey guys, so Ashton was vetoed, so I decided to go with someone a few other people brought up, and I am placing Lane on the chopping block.
What? I'm going to take back some of my Drew's a big idiot. Tyler did put Lane up next to me. It sucks, but it could have been way, way, way worse. I'm trusting that everybody is going to stick with what they're saying and keep me. If not, then I will take my statement back, and I'm taking it back, and Drew will be a big idiot.
So I knew that they were going to put me on the block. I'm not surprised in any way, shape, and form. Tyler took a big old knife and stabbed me right in the back because he told me we were good, and he said he didn't know what he was going to do, but that was their plan all along. Drew and Tyler working together. Nobody expected it. Throw me up on the block. Drew's been targeting me since day one along with Sarah, but he's a little snake. So I'm not surprised in any way, shape, and form.
I also would like to add that I truly did not want to target Ashton and Lane. I did not target Ashton and Lane. It was not part of the big plan, like Lane said in the group chat, at least not for me. I guess everybody else had a different plan. I got put on the block. There was really not much else I could do about it. Sorry, brother.
So, once Drew won the veto, there was a lot of shenanigans today, and I kind of think it was unnecessary, but it seems like people wanted Lane out more than Ashton, and now Lane's been nominated and Ashton is safe. So, in this choice between Lane and Bradley, I think it's pretty clearly decided what the house is going to do. I don't know how this is going to play out in the future for Tyler and Drew. They caused a lot of drama, chaos, but it might be for the best. It seems like that is the general consensus.
Hey Josh, I had a really hard time trying to decide who to vote for, and it's funny because I would 2 hours ago would have said never keep Lane in the game ever in a million years, but Ashton has been good to me so far in the game, and I've been on her side. And I might have accidentally told her, true accident, that I was gonna keep Lane. And so now I can't really go back on my word because I don't trust Drew as far as I can throw him. And obviously him and Tyler are working together, but I think that we can get Tyler on our side being Ashton, Lane, Jenny, Allie. Get them on our side by convincing him that, Lane is going to come after Tyler.
Hey, Julie. I sadly vote to evict my big brother, Bradley.
Hey, Josh. Sadly, I vote to evict Bradley.
Hey Josh, I vote to evict Bradley.
I vote to evict Lane because you reneged on the deal and Bradley didn't, even though Bradley's sketchy as hell.
I choose to evict Lane.
I vote to evict Lane.
This has been not an easy decision, but Julie, sadly, I vote to evict Lane.
In what was another really close vote, Lane was evicted from the game, but Lane would not go out without a bang. And so minutes after his eviction, he posted this in the Big Brother House group meeting. I'm just going to read it to you because I don't want to summarize it. I think it's best served just hearing the whole thing. Hey guys, since everyone has rallied together to split up a couple and try and backdoor me, I thought I'd post this message for everyone to see. First off, great strategy, targeting couples first. It's a really good idea to target people playing in pairs. So how about I suggest targeting Bradley and Chris since they are a pair, or maybe Jenny and Tucker since they are a pair. Speaking of those people, let me talk about them real quick. Bradley has been working with every single person in this house. He originally was in an alliance with me, Ashton, Allie, Ian, Jenny, and Tucker. However, he really wanted to work with Chris, who Bradley and I have been working with on the side. Chris gave my name to Tyler to put me up, so that proves how loyal he is. Anyways, Bradley's playing all of you, and he's the reason Ian went home by stabbing his whole team in the back. However, team is a funny thing to say. Jenny flipped on our team to get out Ian and lied straight to mine and Allie's face. As for everyone else in the house, they're just as big of liars. Tyler told me he didn't know who was going up, when obviously he did all along. I mean, most people I talked to said Drew should go up this week, but Tyler said the most common answer was Bradley and Ashton. Speaking of Drew, he texted Ashton campaigning she should put up his #1 alliance member, Sarah. And less than a minute after she got evicted, Daniel tried to make a final 2 deal with me. Daniel was actually the extra vote trying to eliminate Drew week 1, which makes sense. Drew only talks to who he wants to talk to. He definitely hasn't spoken to me since the game has started. So there's the whole truth that I have, and now it's out in the open.
Okay. thank God, I'm safe. I was going to come out here to scream and have a fun, excited reaction video of at least being safe, but wow, Lane. Wow. Thank you for apologizing to me privately after doing that, because this is my diary room confession. I have genuinely been telling the truth to everybody as best as I possibly can, and I'm not lying to anybody about anything. I'm really not. Gotta do what you gotta do to win.
That was interesting. Was not expecting all of that to come out, but it's all true, and that's how this game works. So, it's out there.
Lane, if you're seeing this, that means you got voted out, and I'm very sorry. I very much heard what you had to say, and I almost submitted my vote to evict Bradley right after you sent it to me. But after hearing both sides, I had to do what I felt protected my game the most. But much love for you. Hopefully see you at Scarowinds 2K18.
Lane, when this all started, you told me you liked the style of my introduction. Well, I have to say, I like the style of your exit. That was one of the most impressive mic drops I've ever seen. The house is certainly going to be a different place without you. Goodbye, bud.
Lane, if you're seeing this video, that means that you got voted out and they kept me. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I don't like it. I hate it. I wanted to work with you and to go further along, but everybody else seemed to have different plans. I'm sorry. I love you, brother.
Hi, Julie. How you doing?
Hey, Lane.
Can I have some of this?
Of course. So, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. Not too bad. How about yourself?
Doing great. Day 3, already evicted.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting to get evicted this early. I've had my eyes and ears in every corner of this house so far, and the one corner I just could not get through was Tyler and Drew's corner. They just wanted nothing to do with me from the start, you know?
So, the vote was 3 to 4. Who do you think the 3 to keep you were?
I think the 3 to keep me was probably Ashton, Allie, and Daniel. Ashton and Allie and I were in a Final 3 deal, originally Final 4 deal with Ian, and we called ourselves the Four Horsemen. And then Daniel, I've been talking to since day one, and I made a fake deal to pull him off the block if I won the veto, and I formed a fake message with Ashton to gain his trust, and it really paid off because he did vote to keep me, I think.
Very interesting. Well, seeing as how the game's going now, who do you think is in danger, and who do you think has the most potential to win this season?
I definitely think that Ashton is in huge potential dangerous waters right now. That's why I sent my big message at the end. I'm not mad for anyone at home who's seeing this message. I'm not mad, of course. It's just a game. But I'm just trying to shift the attention away from Ashton and from Allie and to kind of shift it over to people like Jenny, who have stabbed me in the back twice in this game.
Very interesting. Okay, so back to my other question. Who do you think is going to win, if you could say right now?
Out of gameplay right now, who I think is going to win, I think that Bradley will win. I think that Bradley's going to weasel his way to the very end because a lot of people seem to trust Bradley. I'm not sure why, because he's doing the same thing that I was doing. He's got his eyes and ears in every corner of the house, but Bradley has been playing a great game, so I'm excited to see how the rest of the season goes.
Well, in the case that you were evicted, the house guests have some final goodbye messages for you.
Wow, those were all crap.
Well, any last parting words, Mr. Mashburn?
It's been a great time playing this game. Josh, you did a great job. Bradley, Ash, and Allie, I'm rooting for you. Jenny, I hope to see you in the evictee house really, really soon. But I still love you. I love everyone. Goodbye, Julie.
Thank you, Lane.